Hello everyone. So welcome to the channel Reasoning for All. I have launched this channel with a whole and sole purpose of helping students with respect to the DILR section. Nothing else will be discussed in this channel. The whole and sole purpose of this channel is to address issues that the students are facing with respect to the DILR section, that is your data interpretation and logical reasoning section. Okay, irrespective of any exam you write, you might be writing CAT, you might be writing XAT, SNAP, NMAT, you might be writing your banking, SSC, school level exams, that is NTSC, Olympiad. You write any exam. If you have a reasoning section in your paper or if you have a DI section in your paper, definitely I will help you out. Okay? So any issues related to the data interpretation section or the logical reasoning section, I'm there to help you out. Remember, you can bank on this name, Niranjan sir. Okay? Chalo. So before I start, basically this is my first video. Of the channel, and today I'll be discussing CAT 2024 slot 1 set, right? It's a candlestick DI set. But before I discuss this set, I hope all of you must be wondering, who is this person? Kaun hai ye? Right? Yes, obviously I'm new to the online platform. I'm completely new to the online platform. Online platform students don't know me. But offline, yes, many students, they know me, right? I have been teaching in the offline platform for around 10 years, more than 10 years. Chalo, let me give you a brief. Okay, so basically, I did my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering, from VIT Vellore. Many of you might be knowing this college, right? It's a good or it's a great university. Okay. I did my MBA from Symbiosis University from the Hinjewadi campus. Those who stay at Pune, they might be knowing this campus, or they might be knowing this area also, Hinjewadi, right? So wahan se I did my MBA and worked with Wipro for 2 years, slightly more than 2 years, right? Approximately 2 to 2.5 years, right? Worked with Wipro. So I have fair amount of corporate experience also, related to which I also guide students how you have to be in a corporate world, kaise kya rehta hai. Okay, so that also I help out. But since from the very beginning I had an inclination towards teaching, it's in the blood. Teaching is in the blood, because my father also, during his initial days, he was also a tutor. So it's in the blood. So I had inclination toward teaching. So ultimately, the teacher in me won against a corporate employee. So I planned to move to the teaching world or the education industry. Okay. And yes, as I was telling just few minutes back, I'm in the education industry and teaching DILR since more than 10 years. And most of these 10 years, I've been associated with Time. It's a big brand. All of you know it. Definitely all of you know it, right? Most of the time I have been associated with Time over here. And during this duration, I have definitely taught more than 5,000 students, much more than that. And many of my students, they're in the top B schools. They have passed out from B schools, top B schools. Some of them are currently also studying in the top B schools, the Black Keys and all. Many of my students last year got into JBMS. I have students, few students, those who also passed out from FMS, right? Yes, I have helped a lot of students in the DILR section. Okay, as I said, the entire channel, the whole and sole purpose of the channel is DILR, data interpretation and logical reasoning. Any help required with respect to DILR, data interpretation, logical reasoning, I'm there. I'll be leaving a Telegram link, right? I'll be leaving a Telegram link in the comment section or in the description over there of this video. You can definitely contact me directly through the Telegram link and you can ask for any kind of help. There is no fixed system with me. The student should be associated with me to get his doubts cleared and all. You can ask any kind of doubts. I'm open to all the doubts. If you have a difficulty in a subject, fine. Subject a specific topic under LR. Like if you have difficulty in games and tournament, you have difficulty in Venn diagram, you have difficulty in arrangement, distribution, कोई भी specific topic, let me know. I'll help you out. If you have doubts in a set, सर ये वाला सेट ना नहीं हो रहा है, ये 3-4 सेट ना नहीं हो रहे हैं मेरे से, send them out through the Telegram link. I'll be sharing, right? We can discuss those also. So any doubts with respect to data interpretation and logical reasoning, I'm there. I'm there for you guys. Okay? Sure. So let's start the discussion of the DI set, right? That is the Candlestick DI set of CAT 2024 slot 1. Okay, sure. Fine. Let's have a reading. So what do we have? The chart below. The chart below shows the price data for 7 shares, fine, A, B, C, D, E, F and G as a candlestick plot for a particular day. The vertical axis shows the price of the share in rupees. Vertical axis means what? This is a vertical axis over here, right? So ये आपका vertical axis है. So vertical axis shows the values, right? And there the price, and the price is in rupees. Okay. A share whose closing price is more than its opening price. Okay. So the closing price of the share is more than the opening price is called a bullish share. Otherwise, it is called a bearish share. Right? Okay. Now, rather than reading this statement again, let's go down and observe what is a bullish share and what is a bearish share. Now, if you observe this green one over here, it's a candlestick, right? So it's a candlestick, opening price is somewhere here and closing price is somewhere here. So the closing price is higher than the opening price. Now if someone buys the share of this company at the opening price and sells at buys over here and sells at the closing price, then definitely that person will be gaining a profit or will be having a profit. ठीक है, ओपनिंग शेयर पे खरीदा और क्लोजिंग प्राइस पे बेचा, सपोज, डेफिनेटली दैट विल बी ए प्रॉफिट और द पर्सन विल बी हैविंग ए प्रॉफिट. ठीक है, ओके. अदर वे अराउंड, okay, this candle, the green candle, this is what? This is your bullish share, right? Where we just a few minutes back we understood closing price is higher than the opening price. Closing price is higher than the opening price. Other way around, a bearish share. What is a bearish share? Where it opens at a higher price but closes at a lower price, right? So if someone buys at the opening price, and sells at the end of the day at the closing price, then definitely that person will be incurring a loss, Okay? So this is a bearish share where there is a loss in value, bullish share where there is a gain in value. I hope it is clear ki what is a bearish share, what is a bullish share. Green, bullish, profit, red, bearish or loss. Okay, sure. What else we have? All bullish and bearish shares are shown in green and red respectively. That we have already seen. Okay, sure. Now, in these kind of questions, where already you have these intervals marked, first of all, take a look at these intervals. If you observe, each of these interval is 200, isn't it? Each of these interval is 200. That observation will help you a lot while doing the calculation. You'll see what will, how that will, it makes your calculation very fast. It makes your calculation very fast. Okay, chalo. Let's move to the questions and let's take the first question. What do we have? Daily share price variability is defined as days high price minus days low price upon average of the opening and closing prices during the day. Okay, it's something like this. Days high price minus days low price upon average of opening and closing. So opening price plus closing price by 2, average, right? ये हमें क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है. ओके, इसके बारे में हमें क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा है? Which among the shares A, C, D and F had the highest SPV on that day? So this value is highest for which of these 4 companies or 4 shares? ठीक है, so I don't have to look at any other thing. A, C, D, F पे ही काम करते हैं. ठीक. So I'm going to have my first high price minus low price. F, let's observe F. High price is here, low price is here. Difference पूछ रहा है ना? How many gaps? How many intervals? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So if you observe in the figure, this is your high price, this is your low price. ठीक है? So I have high price here, low price here. How many gaps? 4 gaps. That means the difference will be how much? 800. Okay. A high price कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे. Low price कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे. So how many gaps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1200. Okay. Then we have C. Okay. High is here, low is here. 1, 2, 3. 600. Okay. Fine. Then D. High price is here. ठीक है? And low price is somewhere here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 and half. Full interval is 200. So half will be how, full interval is 200. So half will be how much? 100. Right? Half will be 100. ठीक है? So how many intervals? 1, 2, 3, 4 and half. मतलब 800 plus 100, that is 900. चलो 900. Okay, done. ठीक है? Okay. So सबका high price minus low price हमने निकाल लिया. Then what we have? Opening price plus closing price का average पूछ रहा है. Now see, basic average concept is what? If I have 2 values, basic average concept. For example, if I have, let's say 6 and 10, average क्या होगा? 8 होगा, right? Basically 8 is what? The center value. Between 6 and 10, 8 is the center value, right? Okay, I think that इधर visible नहीं होगा. So 6 and 10, 8 is your center value or 8 is the average, right? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 8 is the center value for 6 and 10. So if my opening price or closing price are 6 and 10, so average will be 8. ठीक है? So I don't have to calculate the average until and unless necessary. For example, if I focus on F, opening price is 1800 and closing price is 1600. So center value क्या होगा? 1700. That means the average of opening price and closing price for F will be 1700. 800 upon 1700. Okay, chalo, let's move to A. So A, if you observe, opening price is 2200 and closing price is 1800. The average price will be 2000. Average price will be 2000. Okay, ठीक है. Then we have C. Okay, C, if you observe, opening price is 800 and closing price is 1200. So the average price is 1000. The average price is 1000. Okay, fine. Then we have D. Okay, let's see. So the opening price is 500 and the closing price is 1000. Okay, ठीक है. So 1500 means 1500. So average will be 750. So average will be 750. Done. So now I have to find out which one is the highest. Now something very interesting. You don't have to do all the calculations. Just observe one thing. This is also less than 1. This is also less than 1. This is also less than 1. But 900 upon 750 is greater than 1. 800 upon 1700 is less than 1. 1200 upon 2000 is less than 1. 600 upon 1000 is also less than 1. But 900 upon 750 is more than 1. I don't have to find out which is the highest by doing the actual calculation. So the only fraction which is greater than 1 will be the highest, right? So the answer for this question will be option D. Clear? ठीक है, okay. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here also if you observe, the question is about a similar calculation. Daily share price variability is defined as, okay, we read this. Let's hold on a second. Okay, so we read this average of the opening closing price. Yes, so wahi hai, the same thing, that is your daily high price minus daily low price upon opening price plus closing price by 2. वही चीज हमें करना है. Now what the question is asking, how many shares had an SPV greater than 0.5 on that day? Greater than 0.5 on that day. Okay, so basically I have to do the calculation for all of them. But if you recall, see, if you're when you're solving in the exam, you might be having a sheet, right? Here I'm having slides, right? So while solving the first question, your sheet might already be having the values for A, C, D and F. So why to do those calculations again? You can use them directly, na? So what I have to check? I have to check that this value should be greater than 0.5. This value should be greater than 0.5. So let me use those values directly. Or here, let me just copy them down. 800 upon 1700. Okay, we can do it here itself. यहीं पे check कर लेते हैं. तो 800 upon 1700. Is it less than 0.5 or greater than 0.5? Now if you observe, 800 upon, let me write it here, 800 upon 1600 is equal to 0.5. Yes or no? Is equal to 0.5. Now what happens if the denominator increases? Are you getting your point? If the denominator increases, if this increases, the value of the fraction decreases. Because if the denominator increases, the value of the fraction decreases. So here the actual denominator that I have is 1700. That means the denominator has increased. That means the value of the fraction will be less than 0.5. Clear? Similarly, what next fraction we have? 1200, 2000. Okay. So 1200 upon 2400 will be equal to 0.5. What is happening with the actual denominator? The denominator has reduced. So the denominator has reduced. That means the value of the fraction will increase. Okay? These are basic things that you should be knowing. Basic properties of fraction. Okay? So if the value of the fraction has decreased, if the denominator has decreased, the value of the fraction should be increasing. So this is greater than 0.5. Right? Okay. So the next fraction that we have is 600 upon 1000. So 600 upon 1200 will be equal to 0.5. Now what happens? 1000 hai yahan pe, right? So the value of the denominator has decreased. 1200 tha, abhi kya ho gaya? 1000 hai. The value of the denominator has decreased. So the value of the fraction will increase. So this will be also greater than 0.5. Okay. Okay. Next one, D. I don't have to calculate whether it is greater than 0.5 or not. I already know it is greater than 1. Obviously, it will be greater than 0.5. Are you getting a point? So out of ACDF, only F is less than 0.5. Baki ACD is greater than 0.5. Okay. So chalo, let's go here. So only F is not satisfying. Baki A is satisfying, C is satisfying, and as well as D is satisfying. So I have to cross check only for B, E and G. Chalo, theek hai, let's get B. So high price minus low price. So high price is 2000 and low price is 1400. How many gaps? 1, 2, 3. 600. Okay. Then for E, high price is 1400 and low price is 1100. Right. So 1.5. 1.5 means what? 300. Okay. Then G, high price is 1900 and low price is 1000. So how many gaps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. 4.5. So 4.5 means what? 900. Okay. So here I have 900. Okay. So let's get the average of the opening and closing price. So for B, 2000 and 1700. Okay. So average of 2000 and 1700 is what? 3700 divided by 2, that is 1850, right? So 600 divided by 1850. Okay, then for E, अच्छा E average is very easy. If you observe, middle line already है अपने पास, so middle line is how much? 1200. So the average is over here 1200. Okay, then G. Okay, let's see opening and closing. The opening and closing are 1200 and here we have 1700. 1200 1700 means 2900 divided by 2, that is 1450. That is 1450. So let's quickly find out. So the first fraction is 600. 600 upon 1200 होता तो equal to 0.5 होता. But here the denominator, actual denominator is more than 1200. That means the fractional value will reduce. So it will be less than 0.5. Okay. Then 300 by 1200, I don't need to do the calculation. It is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means what? It is 0.25. So it is already less than 0.5. 300 by 1200 is 1 by 4, right? It's 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 is equal to 0.25, which is already less than 0.5. Okay. So I don't need to do the calculation for that. Then the last one, what do you have? 900. So 900 ke liye 1800 is equal to 0.5. But if you observe, the actual denominator, that is 1450, is less than 1800. So the denominator has decreased. That means the fractional value will increase. So हमारा जो value होगा will be more than 0.5. That means B is also not satisfying and E is also not satisfying. तो बाकी जो बचा A, C, D and G, A, C, D and G, these are the four sayers which is satisfying this condition that SPV is more than 0.5. So the sayers are A, C, D and G. Clear? Okay. So basically what is the learning here? Once you have some data, you have already taken out some data for the previous questions, use those. And that's why whenever you take down your data from in your notebook, keep it clean. Keep it clean so that you can reuse those things. Okay? So try to make it a habit to make your working area or to keep your working area clean. Okay? Sure. Let's look at the next question. What we have, daily loss for a sayer is defined as opening price minus closing price upon opening price. Okay, so we have to do something like this, opening minus closing upon opening. Okay, so which among the sayers had the highest daily loss? अच्छा, highest daily loss पूछ रहा है. Fine, चार we need just to do the calculation for 4, right? ठीक है, तो A, B, F, G. Let's have a look. F, what do we have? Opening, closing by opening, right? So opening is 1800 and closing is 1600. So 1800 minus 1600, that is 200. Okay, and divided अब हमें क्या करना है? Opening price divide करना है, तो we'll be having 1800. ठीक है, तो opening price minus closing price upon opening price. तो opening price is 1800, closing price is 1600. तो opening price minus closing price is 200, one interval, and divided by 1800. Okay, done. Then A, 2200, 1800. ठीक है, तो 400 divided by 2200 is the opening price. G, एक मिनट रुको, हमें तो यहाँ लॉस पूछा है. G तो बुलिश शेयर है, तो लॉस कहाँ होगा? तो G हमें करना ही नहीं कुछ, because question is about loss. G is not at all making a loss. Okay. Then what we have? B. Achha, B what we have? Opening is 2000 and closing is 1700. Okay, so 300 divided by 2000. Divided by 2000. तो हमें पूछ रहा है हाईएस्ट कौन सा है. Now this is clearly 1 by 9. This is clearly 1 by 5 point something. This is clearly 1 by 6 point something. Done. Which is highest? By 5 point something, right? So that is A, that is option B over here. Clear? Very easy set till now. Calculations. The only thing is in this kind of sets, how quick can you be? How quick can you be with accuracy? ऐसा नहीं कि quick कर दिया और सब गलत हो गया. Quick with accuracy. Okay, let's move to the next one and the last question of the set. The question is asking, what would have been the percentage wealth gain for a trader who bought equal numbers of all bullish shares at opening price and sold them at their day's high? तो bullish shares मतलब C, D, G. चलो देखते हैं ओपनिंग प्राइस में खरीद रहा है. लेट्स से द पर्सन इज गोइंग टू बाय 1 शेयर. हर कंपनी का एक एक शेयर खरीदने वाला. ठीक है. सो सी इट इज ओपनिंग प्राइस इज 800 मतलब इन्वेस्टेड इज 800. देन फॉर डी इट इज ओपनिंग प्राइस इज 500. सी है 500 राइट. 500 ये आपका 800 तो 500. ओके. एंड फॉर जी द ओपनिंग प्राइस इज 1200. ओके डन. तो मतलब कितना इन्वेस्ट हुआ? सॉरी द इन्वेस्ट अमाउंट इज 1 second. So the invested amount is 1300 plus 1200, that is 2500. That is 2500. 2500. Okay. Next, what we have? Sold. Sold at what? Day high. Sold at day high. Okay. C sold at how much? C sold at day high is 1400. 1400. Fine. Then D sold at 1200. Fine. 1200. Then G sold at 1900. Okay. 1900. Acha. So 26, 19, 45. So total invested amount was 2500 and he sold all the shares at 4500. So the gain is how much? 4500 minus 2500, that is gain of 2000 upon investment amount of 2500. कितना परसेंट आ रहा है? 80%. Right? So basically percentage wealth gain for that trader is going to be how much? 80% if he is going to trade in the following format. The format is opening price पे खरीदा और days high पे बेचा. तो कितना परसेंट उसको टोटल गेन मिलेगा? फॉर ऑल द बुलिश शेयर्स टोटल ही विल बी गेटिंग 80% wealth gain or 80% profit. Okay. So overall, if we observe, was it a difficult set? No, not at all. But still it was a CAT set. Right. So yes, I've explained in detail. So yes, it might have taken some time. But under CAT environment, you should crack this set within 10 minutes. 10 minutes भी बहुत हो गया. 7 to 8 minutes, this set is done and dusted. That should be your approach. Right? ठीक है? Okay, so let me just remind you, any help required with respect to DILR for any exam, I'll be leaving my Telegram direct contact of my Telegram. I'll be leaving a link. You can directly contact me through the link. The link will be there in the comment section as well as it will be there in the description. Okay, chalo. Take care. Thank you.